Yeah, Mike gone, watch me, zone in. Queenie talk slick, let the show begin. Movies, music's real talk, the mix. Throwing gems while I'm breaking down flicks. Crown up high, you know what it mean. Culture, comedy, and everything in between. Hit play, sit back, it's a whole new scene. Bow to the vibe, it's the reign of Queenie. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Queen Diva's podcast. It's your girl, Queenie, and I am finishing up part two of Demolition Man that I started last week. If you made it to the final showdown, let me just say this movie did not disappoint. Simon Phoenix has completely embraced the chaos. At this point, he's no longer just trying to escape. He's trying to build an army. His plan is to thaw out dozens of the most dangerous criminals locked away in cryo-prison so they can help him take over San Angeles. And honestly, that would have been a nightmare. Can you imagine 80 Simon Phoenix level criminals running around one city? Absolutely not. Meanwhile, John finally confronts Dr. Raymond Cactus. Now we get the truth. Cactus wanted a perfect society, no crime, no conflict, no disagreement, no bad language, no unhealthy food, no smoking, no alcohol, no physical relationships, everything to be controlled on paper. It sounds peaceful, but in reality, people have lost their freedom. That's what I really appreciate about this movie. Sure, it's an action film with explosions and one liners, but underneath all of that, it's asking a really interesting question. Can a society really be perfect if nobody is allowed to think differently? That's a question that's still relevant today. Now, let's talk about this final fight. My goodness. Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes absolutely delivered. Every punch feels heavy, every kick looks really real. No endless CGI, no superhero powers, just two stubborn men who refuse to stay down. And I loved every second of it. If you're an action fan, this is exactly what you came for. There's one scene that had me laughing even during all the chaos. Simon traps John inside one of those giant automatic claw machines. You know, the kind you usually see trying to win stuffed animals. Only this time, it's trying to grab a full grown action hero. Leave it to this movie to turn into an arcade game into an action sequence. And while Simon is busy enjoying himself, Lelana proves she has grown tremendously throughout the movie. Remember when she was scared of everything? Now she's standing up for herself. She's fighting back. She's taking risks. She isn't following orders anymore. Sandra Bullock, she did a great job showing that growth without changing who Lelana is. She stayed optimistic. She became stronger. Then comes the moment we've all been waiting for. John, he finally defeats Simon, but not in some ordinary way. He freezes Simon's entire body. Then he kicks him into pieces. Literally. Simon shatters into frozen fragments across the floor. It's one of the most memorable villain defeats I've ever seen in an action movie. It's creative, over the top, and somehow still satisfying. Definitely a fitting ending for someone as unpredictable as Simon Phoenix. With Simon gone, Dr. Cactus' system begins to collapse. The underground rebels, they emerge. The citizens finally have to face reality. Their world wasn't perfect after all. It was simply controlled. And honestly, I like that ending wasn't just about defeating the bad guy, it was about rebuilding a society, learning from both worlds, keeping the peace without losing your humanity. Now, can we go back to one thing? Those three seashells. Movie, you had one job explain them. It's been over 30 years. People are still making theories online. Some people think they're buttons, some people think they're tiny scoops, others believe they're part of a futuristic cleaning system. I don't know. And maybe that's a joke. Maybe we're never supposed to know. But I guarantee you one thing, every single person who watched this movie ended up asking the same question: how do the seashells work? And another thing, Taco Bell. I'm still laughing about that. Imagine telling someone in 1993, one day after the franchise wars, Taco Bell will become the world's finest dining experience. What? People are wearing tuxedos, there's a pianist, fancy table settings. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking, so where's the Baja Blast? That joke has aged surprisingly well because it's so ridiculous. One thing I also loved was seeing these actors when they were younger. Sandra Bullock was absolutely charming. Sylvester Stallone was exactly the action hero you expect. And Wesley Snipes, wow, he didn't just play the villain, he became the villain. His energy was nonstop from beginning to end, and it's no surprise he won an MTV Movie Award nomination for Best Villain. And speaking of recognition, Demolition Man has received several award nominations after its release, including the Saturn Award nominations for Best Science Fiction Film, Best Costume Design, and Best Special Effects. It also won a ASCAP Film and Television Music Award for one of the year's top box office films. That's pretty impressive for a movie that has become even more appreciated over time. So, without further delay, what am I giving Demolition Man? 10 out of 10 Queenie crowns. Here's why. The action, it still holds up. The comedy lands, the cast is fantastic. The chemistry between Stallone, Sandra Bullock, and Wesley Snipes is incredible. It somehow predicted several pieces of modern technology, and it never forgets to have fun. Not every movie needs to be overly serious to make you think. Sometimes you just want to watch two action legends throw punches while the future argues over toilet paper and fine dining at Taco Bell. And honestly, that's exactly what Demolition Man gives you. So if you haven't seen Demolition Man yet, I absolutely recommend it. This movie is rated R, so this isn't one of those family movie nights for younger kids. But if you're a fan of classic action movies, science fiction, or you're just curious to see a film that accidentally predicted parts of the future, it's definitely worth checking out. As of this recording, it is still streaming on Tubi for a limited time, so don't wait too long. And if you happen to own it on DVD or even VHS, first of all, congratulations. Second, you've probably just unlocked a little piece of movie history. I still remember the excitement of finding a working VHS player at the Goodwill. Those things are becoming collector's items these days. And before I close out this podcast, I do want everyone to pray for Paris Hilton and his family as he goes through this battle he's going through right now with his mental health. I know a lot of people are not a huge fan of his, like I was. Like I remember when he was first coming up into the entertainment business, even though I don't agree with how he ran his company, I wouldn't wish harm on anybody. And I just pray that he gets the help he needs because that was scary. I honestly didn't see the video and I'm glad I didn't see the video. I saw like pictures of them online and that's as far as I want to go because I don't need that image in my head. I have other things that I'm dealing with and worried about. So I'm just praying for Paris and his family. And also, if you know anybody that's going through something difficult, please reach out to them because you never know what anybody's going through these days. Don't become distant to your friends or loved ones. You never know what someone is going through behind closed doors. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today here on Queen Diva's podcast. Now I want to hear from you. Did you love Demolition Man? Did you hate it? And most importantly, what do you think those 3 seashells are actually used for? And can you say seashells real fast? Because that was something that was a struggle for me when I was younger, saying that 3 times fast. So seriously, I need your guys' answers for those questions. If you enjoyed this episode today, don't forget to follow the podcast on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, and join the conversation here on Instagram. Every follow, every comment, and every share helps this community to grow. And I appreciate every single one of you. Until next time, keep watching great movies, keep making memories, and don't forget to wear your crown, guys. I'm Queenie, and this has been Queenie Biz Podcast. Enjoy your weekend, wherever you may be. Bye. Ayo, crown still glowing as I dip out slow. Queenie dropped heat, now you already know. Keep your head high, let the world hear you speak. I'm back next time, same vibe next week. So stream that, dream that, keep it lit. You been rockin' with a queen, every word on beat. Till next time, stay loud, stay fly. Queenie out. Now let that beat ride.